Hi everybody, this is Tina with Rehatch Designs, and I am here with a little kind of Fun Friday craft with me. I'm not really sure what to call it. I had talked about on Fridays just popping on and just doing something fun, different. If you want to come along with me, you can. I don't know what else to tell you. We talked a little bit about what we were going to do, I think, last Friday. And we're just going to make these little scented ornaments. I am using this little foam thing from the dollar store, and I'm only using it for a pattern. If you can freehand draw whatever pattern you want to make, it doesn't have to be a gingerbread man. It can be anything you want. I'm using that, and then let me get my other things that I'm using here. Oops, everything's avalanching. These scented sachets you can get at the dollar store. You can get stuff like this anywhere. You can use potpourri if you want to. I'm just using this. This is $1, and it takes about half of this to do one. So, you know, you can get quite a few out of this, and if you want to make them as gifts or just do one and hang it in your tree or whatever. The point is you want something that's going to release fragrance like this. That's a powdered type stuff. This stuff is very thin, and it does go through the burlap, so we have to kind of put something in there to line it. There's different things you can use. I personally, you can use an old wipe. You can use a dryer sheet. You can use a coffee filter. Something, it can't be completely solid, otherwise you will not be able to smell the stuff after you put it in there, and that's why you're using the burlap. If you put too many heavy materials and stuff on there, what's going to happen is you won't be able to smell anything, and it kind of defeats the purpose. So something really good to use, I think, is a coffee filter. It's just about the right way, or like if you have tea bags or something like that, that would work. This works well. The only reason you can't use the thing inside the way it is that it tends to be too wide for the project, so we almost have to redo it. Okay, so a coffee filter, wipe. What works really good is dryer sheets. I mean, if you want to use those, they're already scented too, so that just kind of helps. But anyway, that's what we're going to use. And I am going to use my hot glue gun. I'm going to use fabric tack or 3-in-1 also. And a lot of the rest of it is really just how you choose to embellish it. And then I'm going to kind of show you something else that you can do along the same lines. But anyway, let's get this started and see if we can get to the point where I get time to show you the other stuff. Okay, this basically, we are going to cut this pattern out twice. And the thing is, though, we need to make it about, I would say about 1/4 of an inch, wider all the way around. And then that way we have room to sew around it. Okay, so I'm going to get my, where'd my marker go? I'm going to try this one, see if it works. It may not. I'm looking for my other marker though. We'll try this. I know you guys probably can't see this, but I'm just basically going around it enough. Let me see, where'd my other marker go? Be a little bit darker. I can see it, I just don't think you can see it. Huh. Well, I don't know. I'm sure it's in a very safe place. I don't have one that's a wider tip that you can see handy. I'll just keep doing this and hopefully maybe you guys can see it. But anyway, I'm just going out a little bit, you know, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but all you're trying to do is add a little bit of extra space on there so that you can have room to sew. And if you want to, you could take a pin and just, you know, pin this so it doesn't move while you're doing it, which is kind of helpful. And I actually leave it on there while I'm cutting it out too. Put more pins if you like. It's just a pattern is all you're using it for. And if you feel like you can draw freehand well enough, I'm not good at that, so I am a terrible drawer. Okay. Anyway, so you're just going to do that all the way around. Okay. Okay. I can see it. I don't know if you can. But anyway, I am going to just put a couple more pins in there to keep it kind of close to where I need it. And of course the material is kind of stretchy, so that moves too. But the idea is just to be able to cut it out, and then I can cut two in there. And you would just do it like you're cutting out a sewing pattern. I don't know whether if you've done that or not. And then I'm just going to take my scissors. Let me cut this in half first so that I'm not trying to maneuver this big piece of burlap. Okay. And then we're just going to go right where I have it. I can see it. I don't know if you can. I could have pinned it down a little bit more, maybe. Might have been helpful. And get this excess off of there. And I'm going to keep going around. And like I'm always saying, you take your time, you get it right. I'm doing it real time, you know, so you're getting the unedited, uncut version. All right. And if you don't, I mean, if you can eyeball it, you don't even have to really, you know, draw it on there first. It just kind of helps me a little bit. But honestly, you could just go around it and leave like 1/4 of an inch and you'd be fine. Okay, so that's our pattern that we cut out with the little extra, okay? And so now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take that off. And so I have my pattern a little extra, a little bit wider. And then I'm gonna take it and just basically duplicate it. I'll pin this one on a little bit better. Okay, so then we're just going to cut it out. And you would do this, I mean, you don't, whatever shape, you could make a Christmas tree, shoot, I mean, a stocking, anything you want to do. This is just something that I decided I was going to do. I think really just because I had that shape. I have done this before with the primitive looking hearts, so that works really cute. And then you can decorate those up. In fact, I really love doing the heart. I think it's pretty. It depends, you know, really. I'm going to show you another version of this that is a completely different look, but it will accomplish the same thing. That pin's in the way. And it just depends on the look that you want. Okay, so we have our two pieces. Get that out of the way. We won't need it anymore. And that is it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to, let's see, a brown coffee filter would be better. I do have some. Hang on a minute, and I'm going to get those real quick. Okay, so I have my coffee filter, and honestly, it probably wouldn't have mattered. I don't think you would notice it. And if you didn't, you could always put vintage photo or something on it. But I knew that I had some brown ones, so I thought I might as well use them. You can use dryer sheets. You can use, you know, your dried out wipes or whatever. They'll work the same. The dryer sheet's probably a little bit better. You need something that's kind of, you know, open, that you can still smell the stuff through. If it's too closed off, you're gonna keep yourself from smelling it. Okay, so anyway, what you're gonna do at this point is you're gonna cut this to a size that'll fit right down the middle of your burlap. Just this, you know, small enough to fit just right here, which basically is just a rectangle. And it doesn't have to go all the way down. It just has to be enough to where, you know, that you can smell it. And you have to have enough room on the sides for to glue it. So you're just going to cut that out. I have one here. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your packet of this stuff, and it just, they have a lot of different flavors. Scents. This one is called White Rose, and I kind of like it. It comes in these packets like this. It's basically like a big tea bag. And that's why I'm saying you can use a coffee filter. If you have some of the tea bags, unused tea bags and stuff, you can use that. I'm not going to open this one up because I already have one kind of open. But basically you take that, and it's kind of fine, almost like glitter. And that's why you have to, you can't just dump it in the middle of your burlap because it'll just fall out. So anyway, I take some of this and I'll put it, you know, enough, I mean a generous amount. I don't want it on the very ends. I want to kind of keep it in the middle. Okay. And I don't want to overfill it. And this is where I use my hot glue gun. If it's hot. Yep, finally. And let me see. I'm going to make sure you don't have too much. That might be a little bit too much here. All right, oop, don't see, it is really, it's like having glitter around. So then you want to take that and then just kind of put glue all around, or at least this far. I don't know if my glue gun's even, I haven't used it in a while. And I just do this because it's fast. If you use your 3-in-1 or whatever, then you have a chance it's going to spill out because it didn't dry or something like that. So this is pretty instant, and this is my little thing I use just so I don't burn my fingers. Here's a handy dandy little tool that I got from the dollar store. I use it to spread my glue, use it with my hot glue gun. Okay, so anyway, I hate when that happens. So now you have your little pouch, and it is safe and secure, okay? And you can still smell it, or actually it smells really good. And the next thing you're gonna do is you are gonna cut out your lace or whatever. If you don't want to use lace, you do not have to. This is totally optional. This is all, it doesn't really have any purpose, okay? Other than how it looks. Okay, so I have my little stretchy lace that I told you that I bought by the yard at Hobby Lobby when it was on sale. I don't know, it may have been like $2 a yard on sale, and I bought probably 4 yards of it because I know I use it for a lot of different things. And then I went ahead and did my little spritzer of alcohol ink that I use. First I take alcohol, and I never buy beige things hardly because I usually don't like the color it is. So I kind of dye my own with my own little spritzer of alcohol ink, and so I did some of that. And then at that point what you do is you take your pattern, not your pattern, but your actual burlap that you cut out, and you just cut out 2 pieces of your lace. And that's what I did. You're just going to basically repeat this if you want to do the lace. If you don't want to do the lace, then you would just do everything I'm doing minus the lace. You would just have this burlap in there, okay? This is just a extra decoration. That's all it is. Just kind of a burlap and lace kind of a thing. Because honestly, you could just do it like this and put this in there, and it'd be kind of cute because it's brown, right? And I think it'd be really cute just that way, okay? And I've done them that way. But we're going to do it this way because we're doing it kind of shabby. So now what you're going to do is this thing is going to go in the middle. So, you know, whenever you make this, it has to be small enough to fit in the middle and still have room to sew around it. Which this barely does, but it does, okay? So it's going to go kind of like right there. And what I do, if you're going to sew around this, I will just maybe pin that down so it doesn't move around while you're sewing. Maybe just pin it in a couple spots, you know. And that way it doesn't get in your way. All right. If you're going to glue, and you can use your hot glue gun or you can use your 3-in-1, it doesn't matter. I mean, either one would work. And then you would just take this and put it against that, and then you would glue it. Simple, okay? I happen to think it looks better if you sew it. And if you don't have a sewing machine, it looks kind of cute if you kind of, you know, sew around it. Now, of course, it's burlap and it's going to fray and all that, but that's kind of the look. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to sew around it, but before I do that, if you want to, this is up to you, I'm going to put some buttons on this and some lace. What happened to my other lace? Where did it go? I don't know where it went now. Oh, here we go. I'm going to put some other lace and some buttons. This is some trim that I have, and I'm going to cut out these little circle things. Actually, I think this was part of a tablecloth. So I'm going to cut these out. And I have 3 buttons already picked out. And you know, save all these pieces too. I use those too. And these have different size circles in there, but I'm using the smaller one in here. I don't think I want to use the bigger one. Well, I'll cut one out and see how it looks, but I don't think I do. And when I try and mix my laces and stuff, I mean, I am lucky enough to have enough different ones that I can do that with different colors. And that just, it did not take me that long to accumulate them, but you really have to just be on the lookout. I think maybe I might use that one. I don't know. Let me do another small one and see. I know you guys will tell me if I pick the wrong one. Usually do. Usually do. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, that might look cute. No, I think I'm going to do 3 small ones. I think will look better. Give me another small one onto there. There's some teeny tiny ones in there too, so I don't know. Gosh. I just really want them to kind of accentuate the button a little bit. I'm going to put a button in there too. Get one more. Yeah, I think I like the small ones better because we're going to be sewing around this and it's going to be even smaller. Okay, so that's going to go there. I'm not putting a lot of decoration on this, just a little bit, but I do want something. And the way I'm going to do that is I picked out 3 buttons and I want to go ahead and I'm probably just going to sew them on. I could glue them. Let me see how that's going to look. Oh, I think that's, was I going to put that button? No, I think that's a button I found on the floor. I think I really need a smaller button. That one's okay. I thought I had 2 more picked out. Oh no, don't tell me you're going to have to wait for me to pick out some buttons. Yep. Let me get my buttons over here. All right. I'm going to pick out a couple more buttons. I promise I'll make this quick. Here's one. I think that one's too small. Here's a cute one. I'll try that. Yeah, I think I got 2 pretty quick. Pretty quick. I do not really like them all to match. It kind of drives me crazy when they match. Where's the other one I just saw? There it is. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just going to use those. I think that would look better. I don't know. I saw these. Who knows what I was thinking, right? Who knows? Okay, so I'm going to sew these on. And I'm going to, should I start here? Let's do one at a time here. And you know, definitely you could glue these on, no big deal. But I was going to put thread through here anyway, because I have this thing about not having thread in a button. It drives me nuts. So I'm going to just do this. and put this on with it. Might be easier to glue it because this thing has so many holes in it, it won't stay still. Yep, here we go. I know you guys are going, just glue it. But sometimes I was still going to have to put the thread through this, so, because I couldn't put a button on there without doing that. It would have drove me crazy. I might put some glue on there too to kind of keep it from moving around, because it is moving around. But I still would have to put the thread in there because it would just drive me nuts. And I want just enough thread so you can see it. I mean, I don't have to, it's not meant really to keep it on there. So anyways, everybody, I hope you're getting some things done. I just, the other day, started thinking about, I'm not even going to undo that. I'm put the big one in the middle. Put it right up there. Christmas presents. I was like, oh no. I don't think we're going to do a lot this Christmas just because we're not having a bunch of people over or anything. So I am not even decorating because we're going to Colorado to visit my youngest son and my dad. He is 88, and my sister and her family and her grandkids, they're going up there, and rented a place in a winter park that we're going to stay. And they live next to my dad and see him all the time, so that's what we're going to do. The rest of the family, we're not doing a big all family get together. Usually when we do that, they're at my house, and I'll have, 25 people here easily. But we're not doing that this year. So there'll probably be 10 people. But still, for us, that's a small gathering. See, that's the problem with the sewing. You can't just blop it down and have it done and over with, right? It just will not stay where I need it to stay because it's got the burlap on one side and the lace on the other side. It doesn't have anything really to stabilize it. Anyway, got that in there. I might still put glue on that one because it just seems like it doesn't want to sit still. Okay, and then the last one's going to go right here. So we're just doing that, and I'm real excited about seeing my son in Colorado. Let's see, when was the last time I saw him? I guess July he came up. No, he didn't come up. He came up in May. And then we went to Colorado in July. We did our trip in our RV that we had, and went to Colorado to visit. So for me, it seems like a long time. All my sons, the other two live in the area, so I see them usually at least once a month, Sometimes less. It just depends on what's going on in their life, but we do get together, I wouldn't say frequently, but enough. So anyway, it's just a shock to my system not being able to see him whenever I want to. So although it's not that far, he's in Golden, Colorado, so that's only really about 12 hours from where I'm at. So, driving and on a plane, it's not that far at all. So, but okay, I'm getting caught in this other, I need to move it. It's kind of in my way. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing. So because of that, I don't even know if I'm going to put my tree up if we're going to go to Colorado for Christmas. I mean, if I can find pictures of how I decorate my house, you'll know what a big thing that is, because I just decorate like crazy. And for me not to even put a tree up, that's something. But I mean, what's the point, really? There's not going to be anybody here, you know. And if I had grandkids, and I don't, or any little kids, and you know, I would definitely do it. But I don't know. Anyway, it's a lot of work to do all that. And I decorate my house. I usually have at least 4 trees, so to not put any trees is something. Okay, that looks cute. I like that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I wasn't sure about the eye thing, because I found 2. Oh, that's what those other buttons were. Ding dong. Okay, I was thinking about putting some eyes on there, but I think I'm not gonna. I think it looks better without it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sew this around. Okay, oop, not like that. This will go here, and then that will go there. Okay, now if you wanted to, you could glue this down and then sew it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to take it straight to the sewing machine, and I am going to just do a zigzag stitch all the way around. Oh, wait, we forgot something. Cotton balls. Okay, I take cotton balls and I take them in the other areas. That's what I was thinking. I did glue that stuff down. And I just kind of put them over here. If you feel like you need to glue it down before you do that, go ahead. I don't think I'm gonna. I think I'm just gonna kind of just place them down. And I don't put a lot. I just put a little so that there's some puffiness all the way around. And I use cotton balls. You can use batting. Not a big deal. I just like them because they're small and they're easy to tear apart and cheap. So I put those in there. I completely forgot about that part. I was just going to go sew it and forget. It'll probably still look good. Okay, so, and I don't put a ton. I just kind of put enough to where it's going to be puffy in spots, okay? I don't put a lot, you know, there, just kind of in just the parts that wouldn't have anything. And the other thing I do is I do put a dab of glue right in the middle. And I only do, you can use hot glue, you can use whatever, but that's really so this thing doesn't shift around. That's the only thing. So I'm just going to take this, because I'm not going to sew over this part. So I'm just going to take a little bit of glue and just put a little bit. And that's only to keep it from moving around in there. And it's tight enough. It doesn't really move that much, but okay, so I'm going to put this on. I'm going to spread that glue around a little bit so it doesn't show through. All right, so this is going to go over it, and this will help keep it all together too when you're sewing. But I only do just a little bit, just in the middle, and get it to where you want it. And I don't want any glue showing through if I can help it. Okay. All right, so I am going to stop the camera and go sew around this. Oh, I forgot another thing. Boy, I'm not very good at this today. Pin your little, or glue. I might hot glue that in there. Whatever you're going to hang this from, and I'm using just a piece of lace. You can glue it, you can pin it, because I'm going to sew around it. Maybe I'll just pin it. I may just pin it if I can find my pins. Here they are. And I don't know, however long you want to make it. I'm just going to make it yay big, like that. Okay, so whatever you're going to put on top, you could do it after, but I think it looks better if it's just kind of sewn in. Of course, it would be good if it's straight. Okie dokie, here we go. So that is going to go kind of right here. Okay, let me get that other pin out, or we're going to have a problem. Okay, so anyway, that's all you would do, to take it to your sewing machine, sew it around. If you don't want to do that, just hot glue around the edges all the way around, or you can use your 3-in-1, or you could hand sew it and just do a slow stitch all the way around. It'd look cute too. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I just wanted to show you that this is how it looks when it's all done. The thing is about the burlap is it frays really bad. So what I do, and this is my main reason for using my either fabric tack or 3-in-1, because it works really good for this, is I already did it on the back. You know, go around and trim if there's any uneven spots. You're going to have fraying, but if there's a lot, just kind of trim it. Okay, make sure. I actually went around twice, and you want to catch as much of it as you can. And then what I do, and I sew it mainly because I like the look of it when you sew it and not just glue it. But this part kind of also glues it shut. Here, that needs to be trimmed a tiny bit right there. Okay, I take my glue and I just go around all the edges, just like that, just right in where the beginning of where the burlap is starting to fray, all the way around. Looks like we got a lot of fraying over there. And the imperfection is what makes it shabby, so. Okay, so then after I do that, I take a wipe or something and I just basically kind of wipe it back off. I just kind of go and kind of blend it in the ends. So it's not just a blob, you're kind of blending it. And what that does is it acts like a fray check. It keeps it from fraying anymore. And the stitches will keep it together if it doesn't fray anymore. So that's pretty much it. And of course that will all blend in and you won't see it, just like on the back, because I've already done it on the back. So you do it on the front and the back, and then you let that dry. And I just put a little bit more decoration. I am going to take another one of these little thingamajiggies. That's the thing too, guys. This is part of a tablecloth. This is a whole tablecloth that I got. I think I told you I bought, the thing was, it said 20 pounds, and it was really not very expensive. The shipping, it was, I don't remember where it was expensive. It was like $40, but the item itself was like $10. So altogether, I think it cost me like $50, okay? It had multiple tablecloths, a bedspread, doilies, I mean, 20 pounds of all different kinds of stuff. That is a bargain, okay? So pay attention. I bought it on eBay. That's the kind of thing that you want to look for. It's all vintage. I mean, of course, I don't know how vintage, but I can tell you by looking at it, a lot of it is. Now, see this? It has all these different circles in it, okay? And so, I mean, gosh, if you think about all the things you could use, and then, you know, some of these other doilies and stuff, look at that, see? I mean, that's the kind of thing that you need to keep an eye out for. And, you know, yeah, $50 is a lot, but it's enough stuff in there that you could, I can use it forever. And actually, I don't even think I could use it all. Which I keep saying that about the material and stuff I'm fine. I have got to take the time. It's not that I don't want to share. It's I've got to start cutting it up and putting it in my Etsy shop. I know I give it away and my giveaways a lot, but I just need to do a lot more of it. But getting back to this, okay, so now that you've got the fabric tack on both sides and it's dry, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to put this up on the top just to give it a little added decoration right there. But I'm just going to glue this, okay? So that's how it's going to look. And the one thing that makes this, well, you know, I think I'm going to use my glue gun because that is instant. Okay, so we're just going to, I always forget to use my glue gun. Okay, and hopefully I won't burn my finger. That's probably the reason I don't use it. I've had some burned fingers. Where did my white go? I need another one. Get that off right there. I put a little bit too much. There we go. I think it needs to go up a tiny bit. Okay. So that is what we're putting on top, and I already had this button picked out. Then what I want to do is one more thing. I'm not sure either, so I gotta put some thought into this. I may, or I may not, put this bow on, and I'm keeping it all one color. I mean, you could certainly add color to it if you want to. You could certainly do that. I mean, it's all your personal preference. This part of it is just what you want to do. And also, I mean, you could have just left it with the burlap and you'd be fine. Anyway, I know you can't smell it, but it does smell very nice. And so you could put this up in your tree. This would be a very nice gift to give somebody, you know, if you don't want to, it doesn't cost a lot. I think, I don't know, the whole thing may cost you, you know, $2 at the most. One of those little packets is more than enough. It's enough for 2. I mean, you could make it for 3, really. I gotta work on that bow. I think it needs to be smaller. Let's see. I'm thinking about putting that right there. I don't like how it is on the end. I want that more scrunchy and thin. It's bugging me. Where's my water? What did I see Andrea do something one time? Oh yeah, that was with seam binding. She melted it with her heat gun a little bit. And then it scrunched it up. I thought, God, that's a great idea. Because we don't want it perfect. Yeah, let me see. I should have got a different piece. That piece is, it's too, the bow, this part's bugging me. It is bugging me. I think it's smaller again. Let me see how that's better. It's not exactly what I want, but anyway, I'm thinking about putting that right there. I'm not sure though. He's kind of cute without it. Right? This is why I need to start doing live. I'm going to do it pretty soon. I think maybe on the Friday thing, because my sister has a YouTube channel called Painting with Passion. She's very creative, very, now she can paint. I can't paint. I can't draw. I can't do any of that. This thing's really bugging me because it's like too fat. Yeah, that's better. That is so much better. That one's staying kind of scrunched, so I can live with him. Okay, now I like it. Now I'm definitely going to do it. Okay, get off of there. Again, I'm going to use my hot glue. That's another thing, the strings, you know, that go everywhere. Of course, you get that with fabric tack and 3-in-1. it gets kind of gooey and starts having strings everywhere. Okie dokie. Get off my finger. All right, I think we're done. I think he's cute. And it smells good. That's the part. Oh, yeah. So, I mean, really, you could, this material, gosh, a yard of this would make 20 of these things easy. More than that, probably. And, you know, burlap is super cheap. This stuff's cheap. They have it all the time at the dollar store if you don't have it, if you're overseas. This is just some sort of fragrance sachet. You can, I'm sure, get something like this relatively cheap. Like I said, even potpourri, that would work. I would make sure it's a very fine ground one. You don't want too many lumps. This is, it's not super filled out. You could definitely fill it out more than this if you want to. But your main reason for doing it is to make it look a little puffy, but you're also hiding the fact that the sachet thing is in there, you know, because you can't really see it. See, I went through the trouble of getting that brown coffee filter, and you didn't even really need it. So anyway, that's our cute little guy to hang in your tree. Or you could, you know, the cool thing about this is you could just hang it in your tree and then take it out and put it in your closet or something, or a drawer or whatever. But that's a shabby chic version. You could definitely not put the lace on it, and then just put the burlap, and then maybe do you know, something. That's why I pulled all this red stuff out. You could do that, you know, and then, I mean, if you have a different look in your tree or whatever. I'm just kind of going with the flow, with the shabbiness. The other thing I was going to show you is the fact, where did they go? I put them somewhere. Oh, up here. Okay, you can use dryer sheets for the thing in the middle. And another really cool thing to do is you could take your dryer sheets. Let's see how much time we have. Not much. So take 2 dryer sheets. And, oh yeah, I have not had a chance to get with this. And here we go. We could put that on top, or you could put your lace on top, or both, really. Let me get what I was going to use. It's way over here. You wouldn't even want to see this room. It's such a disaster. So for our pattern, we want to make a snowman. So I just found 3 circles that each one was a little bit smaller. Okay. And I knew it would fit on that dryer sheet. And I never did locate my pen. And again, you want to trace around it and then cut a little bit bigger. Oh, get his head over there. He's going to have a crooked head now. Is it going to really matter? I don't know. You kind of want it in a little bit anyway, because you want it to be, you don't want it just balancing on top. Not that I'm a snowman expert, but, and then you're going to do this same thing. Try and go, and I'm not going to mark it out there. I'm just going to kind of cut it. You know, it's kind of like fussy cutting. You know, you've got your little edge on there. Oops. Oops, I went in a little bit too far on that one. It'll still be okay. He'll just be a little crooked snowman. Which, you know, everything I do is crooked, so. I think that's probably why I like the shabby look, because I can get away with it, you know. If it has to be exact, it ain't going to happen with me, that's for sure. And the reason you're using the dryer sheet is you need a mesh or something that's closed enough, but not all the way. If you were to use like just a cotton material that it would just, you can't smell the smell. And trust me, because I've tried it. So you're going to do 2 of those. Stay still. Where did my pins go? They're buried under here somewhere. Pins, where are you? I just need a couple of them to kind of keep it together while I'm cutting her out. You can tell what I'm gonna do. I know you can. I have things stuck to me now. And this is a little easier to cut because that burlap's kind of hard and the lace was a little hard, so, you know. And just keep cutting her away. And what's really cool is the dryer sheets smell good. I don't know how long that smell will stay. And those little sachet things, they actually stay for quite a while. And if you want to get them going again, just kind of go like that. Oh, smells good. Anyway. All right, we have 2 of those. He's got kind of a bump over there. Wonder if you're going to be able to see that black through there. I don't know. I hope not. Might be able to. I might have to cut out another one that doesn't have the lines. Okay, so I went ahead and I cut out my other snowman here. And this is what we're going to do with this. It's going to be kind of a shabby look, but a little blingy shabby. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut out my coffee filter, but this time I'm going to use the white one. And it has to fit kind of in here. So I'm going to go kind of long. Maybe even less than that. Okay, and just kind of do that and that. All right, so then I'm gonna take my stuff. You're gonna need more, so where'd the other packet go? So here's the other stuff. I have a little cup because this stuff, it really is like glitter. It's just really gets everywhere. And again, you could have used this and just poured it, you know, take some of it out and just kind of gone like that too, but I have the coffee filter, so it's easy. So I'm just going to pour some in here. Not too much because you don't want it spilling out, but you want enough to where, you know, you can smell it. Put our glue. Move that over a little bit because I can tell it's a disaster waiting to happen. And here we go. Okay. Okay, so that's our little pouch. Hopefully I did that small enough. I don't know, maybe not. And obviously there's a hole in it. No? Okay. Well, let's see. I think it's small enough. I just have to trim the sides a little bit on up here. I think it is. I think I just kind of went a little bit that way too much. All right, let's see here. It just smells good. I wish you guys could smell it. All right, there we go. We'll just put that right there. Okay, so we are going to put a little bit of glue on this to glue him down. And you can use your hot glue, your fabric tack, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I think that's probably about it. I didn't really leave myself a lot of room, but that's okay. I think we're going to be all right because we're going to glue this one. We're not going to sew it. Okay, the burlap, you kind of, because of the way the burlap, oh, yeah, there is a spot down there that needs glue. That's what's leaking. There we go. Come on. I'm not touching that. There we go. Okay, now what I'm going to do is put a few cotton balls in here. Oh, there's something else. Okay, we want him to have arms. And this time we're going with a little pink. So I have to put these in now or it won't work. Let's see. I forgot how I did this. I'm going to fray these at the end later. You'll see. All right, I think that's too long. But I need them in there quite a ways, so. Yeah, I think that'll work. I should have put them underneath that thing. Wonder if it'll slide under there. I did put glue all the way across, didn't I? Oh, I wasn't thinking. That's okay. I'll put something on top of that. Anyway, this is the snowman's arms here, so I'm trying to get that in there to where they'll be the right place. That's too short. Maybe trade spots here. No, then that guy's too short. Okay. That's about right, I think. Okay. And then I know what I'm going to do. I have little weight deals here. Do I have one that's white? Well, the silver won't show. Okay, I'll put this down. This is just to keep those in place. That's stiff enough. Oop, I got a little glue on my finger. That was hot. Get that on. There we go. Okay. So that is what our snowman's arms are going to be, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of cotton balls in this. Not a lot, but, you know, his head would be flat if we didn't put any in there. Because you've got a lot of this filler in here. Okay. I want that spread out a little bit more. Yeah, that's better. His head seems kind of lumpy too. Okay. I don't know, maybe a tiny bit more in the middle. Just kind of over here. Over here. A little over here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to put glue as much as I can all the way around the edges. I'm going to do half of it at a time because hot glue dries really fast. And it's okay if I get some of the cotton ball. It's not going to hurt it to be in there. So I'm sure these are right and wrong, so I don't know which one goes to what. I think this goes this way. I gotta hurry up. My hot glue gun stays hot because really hot glue, but there's a downside to that because you burn yourself a lot. So I do have to be careful. Okay, I think I might have waited too long on that side. Yep. Okay. A little bit more glue here. Don't worry, this is all going to get covered up, so you won't see this big hot mess. Okay, there we go. I think maybe the fabric tack or the 3-in-1 probably would have worked better because this is drying so fast I can't position it. I'm going to get it semi into space and then go around and hit any spots that I didn't get real good. Okay. Plus, I don't think we have a lot of room on this side. All right, here we go. And it doesn't really matter if this goes down 100%. This is really just trying to keep the batting and stuff in the middle. So, or cotton balls or whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to use. I'm just using this so I don't have to use my finger. Okay. Oh, it's making a hot mess, isn't it? But it'll all be beautiful, I promise. Okay, I think we got it. I think we did it. All right, I just got to trim this where it came loose right there. And remember, you have that other pocket in the middle, so nothing's going to come flying out of there. It somewhat looks like a snowman, huh? Okay, one arm ended up. That didn't look bad. Okay, so now, all this glue on my mat. We're going to take this lace, and this is the same lace I used before, only I had made this kind of a darker color to kind of go with the burlap, but we're going to leave this white. And let's see if I have enough this way so I don't have to cut another piece. Yeah, probably. And all I'm going to do with that is I am going to actually just glue it on here, okay, instead of sewing it. I'm not sure if I should use, I think I'm going to use the fabric tack because I don't want the lumpiness of the hot glue. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of cut a piece. I don't want to have to mess with the whole piece while I'm doing this. Oop, don't cut off the arm. Okay. So I'm going to do that. I guess well, it's not going to matter. And I'm just going around the edges that we had here. The thing is about the dryer sheet, it will, you know, kind of have a flatness to it after you put the glue on, so it's kind of a good thing. Makes it easy to work with. Okay, so I can't remember which way this went, but does it really matter? It doesn't. So we're just going to kind of get this on there, just kind of how we did with the hot glue. rather than try and pin it and cut it. This way we just put it on there, let it dry a little bit, and hopefully it'll dry semi-quickly. That's why I was thinking about using the hot glue, so we could get it all done quickly. But again, I may have to turn the camera off. Okay, I'm gonna push it down on this end to make sure it goes down there, because I need it dry enough so I can cut it out. Okay, and it's a little lumpy because, you know, you've got stuff in the middle. All right, let's see if it'll stay on there good enough for me to, it is moving a little bit still. All right, let's see if it'll stay still without coming off. All right, I am going to, this is going to be a very edited thing. I'm going to cut this out. I'm just going to go in here. I'm going to go around like this and just cut out the lace right to the edge where it's already at. Not cutting off the arm. I'll just move it like that, okay? Go all the way around, okay? And then I'm going to do the exact same thing to the other one, and I'll be coming right back. Hey guys, I'm back. I went ahead and cut out the other side and just basically did the same thing, glued it down, and the only other thing I did do is I glued down our little hangy deal. This was like a 3-pack on clearance of different pink ribbon that I got at Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to use that. And then we're just, if I had pink thread, I probably would go around it. I might still go around it with white, just because I like that look. But it's not necessary because it's glued in there really good. This stuff came in that pack, but it unravels, and so I thought that made good little hands, but I put a little dab of glue right there and right there so it wouldn't unravel, you know, too much. Okay, so we're just going to decorate it up, and that's all we have left. And also the reason that we used the dryer sheet and then the lace is the lace by itself, the sachet, that stuff would have just come right out. So the dryer sheet, it is meshy enough, or it'll hold it in there, but yet it won't keep you from smelling it. So you can just smell it well in the dryer sheet, but you know, this way you can smell it. Okay, so, but if you just use the lace, it'd come out. If you just use the dryer sheet, I don't know, I don't think it'd look that great. I think the lace, you know, obviously brings it up a notch. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and decorate this. I was trying to figure out something to do for like a little skirt on our thing, and I had this thread handy. Don't worry, you're not going to see the thread. And I had this little chiffon bag, and I cut it up. So I have this piece here, and I'm just going to put it down here. I'm just going to glue it. I think we're going to do everything with hot glue. So you figure out how big it needs to be, and then I'll tie it off. Probably a little bit tighter, probably right there. So I'm going to go ahead and I just picked up whatever color I had because I knew you wouldn't be able to see it, you know. And all this is a straight stitch, and then you gather it, and that's just to kind of get us to where we can get to. Is that going to go through? Okay, good. All right, and I just pulled out stuff I already had that I want to work with. I have this little trim. I'm only decorating the front. I'm not doing the back, kind of like the other one. I'm going to just do this whichever way it wants to lay because it's very finicky. Oh yeah, it's kind of giving me a hard time both ways. Ugh, okay. I am just going to hold it down, and I think I'm going to just put glue on top and then put the ribbon or the beaded trim right on top of that. Try and do it in frame. Stay still. Oh, watch, I'm gonna run out of glue. And I am using the hot glue just because it's kind of instant. And I'm gonna put that right here. Where's my put her down thing so I don't burn my fingers. Get all the way down there. I want it on the Snow Lady's waist. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now it's touchable. I think I need a little bit more on the end. Looks pretty cute. I'll snip it from the back. I don't care if that other part goes over. Make sure she keeps her waistline. All right, let me do it from here. I don't want to cut the arm off. All right, let me glue that down a little bit right there. Okay. A little bit more right here. All right. Okay, so we did that. Got your little skirt. I think next what I'm going to do is, I forgot now. Oh, I'm going to put the collar on. So I'm going to put this right here, I think would look cute. So I'm going to put just maybe I'll put it on here. I think I'm going to use the fabric tack for that because it's so narrow. I don't want to get glue all over the place. Yeah, I think that'll be really cute. Okay. Put that on here. I always do more than I need and then cut it off because if I try and measure it right, I always measure it short. Then I end up wasting more than if I do it this way. And not getting it straight or not getting the right amount. Okay. Let me do that. Stay right there. Want it in the right spot. Oh, it's sticking to my fingers. All right. And then now it's sticking to my scissors. Not wanting to cut. Okay. So we got that part done. And then, let's see, I have some buttons I want to put on. I'm hoping I can put 3. I think I can. Maybe I'll put, or maybe just 2. What do y'all think? Probably just 2, because if I put 3, then we're going right here. Right? What do you think? Well, that doesn't look bad, right? I have some more of these other beigey ones too, somewhere. I wonder if I should not use the pink ones, the hot pink ones. I don't know. We've got that pink up there. Let me look and see if I can find the other one. This is how picky I am, guys. The thing is, oh, they're right there. Here we go. Here we go. Maybe we do 2 of these champagne ones, right? I can't tell until I put everything on. There's a lot of that color in it, but then there is some hot pink here and there. I think that looks better. It's not overwhelming, you know, because we don't want too much bling. Okay, so I think I'm going to use the hot glue on that, although it has sticky on it, but I don't know. Well, I'll use this. It's right here. I don't want to burn my fingers. I just hate it. Just don't. Okay, so you're going right there. Kind of like a little necklace. And then you're going right here. I never just put these on with the sticky stuff because it never stays. Even on paper, I don't think it stays well. Every once in a while, you'll get one that, you know, you can't take off if you wanted to, so. Okay, and then we'll do that in the middle. I think that looks better. Okay, so then I think I'm going to put the bow on first. I have this bow. And I put a little bit of this glitter glue, and then I put a little bit of this iridescent glitter. I use this stuff all the time. In fact, I got to get some more. Bought it at Walmart. I'm sure you can get it online too. And I'm going to put that bow, but I want it a little bit tilted. See, I don't want to put the bow on until I do the eyes because I might not have room for the eyes if I put it there. I have to put it up here, up higher, tilted. Yeah, like about right there. Okay, this is going to call for hot glue, I can tell you that. Maybe even some on the ends. I don't want to really do that till I know for sure where it's going to go. That is the one really great thing about fabric tack too. It gives you a little bit of playtime as far as, you know, being able to maneuver around. There's, okay. All right, thank you very much. I mean, you just don't have very much time with hot glue. And I don't want the back to look bad, you know. I just don't want to decorate it. I want it to look good from the back, but I don't want it to be. So that's why I'm peeling the glue off of the back. Okay, and I will probably put something right there. Okay, so that's that. I could not do the face, but I'm going to think about it. I'm going to try it. Ugh. Okay. It's always something on my fingers. I think I'm going to do that. Hold on. I have to put some of this on there so it doesn't fray. And I have stuff hanging on my fingers now. All right, come on. Okay, I'm going to put that for a nose. Put the nose first so I know where everything else goes, I think. And that is hanging off of there. You can see why it takes me so long to do my journals. I'm like obsessed with every little detail. So, all right, so I'm going to do that. I feel bad now that our gingerbread man didn't have any eyes. But oh well. I really didn't think it would look good on that. So I hope these are the right size. I've got all these different sizes. I don't think the big one would work. I just think it'd be too big. Come on. I'm trying to have stuff not stick to my fingers. That'd be nice. I can't really do anything until it not sticks to my fingers. Get your other eyeball. I was afraid that I would put too much glue and it'd be all over the place if I use the hot glue. And then that's going to go there. And I might do a mouth, but I'm definitely going to do the nose, I think. I think that looks kind of cute. This is just more of the trim that came in there. And I thought it looks like a little crooked carrot. Only glammy. Okay, you're going right there. Right? Okay. Oh, maybe it's a little too high. I don't know. Okay, stay. Now it's coming off on my finger. All right, and now I'm gonna do little mouth with these little tiny ones. Oh God, this is gonna be really fun with my fingers so sticky. I'm gonna do right here. I think that's where I want it. Oh, you're getting kind of too close to the nose. Maybe I do need to move the nose up a tiny bit. Just the end part. Or cut the nose a little bit, maybe. Just afraid you won't see it. Okay, this is going to be hard. I have that, you know that tool that has the sticky stuff on the end? I never get it to work. Every time I try this thing, it never works. I think one time. Because usually I can't. Where did it go? Here. Let's try it and see if it works. First I got to get it off my fingers that are stuck with glue. That's the number one problem. That's really the issue. I need to take the time to clean my hands. Come on. The glue's going to be dry by the time. Oh, it did work. There we go. I guess the idea is right. My problem is my hands are just, look, see, it's sticking to my nails because it has glue on it. You know, I don't blame it. I mean, this is tacky, but this is a lot. My hands are in worse shape, so to get it off my hand, maybe I just need to use my tweezers. Oh, come on, really? I may do this later, but I want to show you the finished product because I think it's going to be cute. My tweezers go. All this I could just easily take the time to do my hand. Oh, there we go. That's good. Now that might work. No, because now it's stuck to the mat. A lot of good that does. It only works on things that aren't sticky. Come on. Come on. This is a joke. Here we go. Oh my gosh, guys. This is going to take me a half hour just to do this. You're like, all right already, we got it. I just need 2 more. It'll only take me another 20, 30 minutes. Okay. I'm sure the glue's already probably dry. Anyway. Okay, one more. I can do it. God, it's totally stuck to my finger. Oh, I've been up in my craft room and I'll go to bed and I'll have like a rhinestone stuck to the bottom of my foot or something, you know, like, okay, I'm like in bed going, what is that on the bottom of my foot? And it'll be like, or a button. Okay, that's what it is. The nose really needs to kind of go over here a little bit, I think. That's what it is. You know, because there we go. That's better. Okay, I think she's done. I think she's adorable. Totally different look. Kind of a lammy look. It's so cute. And you definitely could, you know, sew around the ends, but I don't know that it necessarily needs it. It's got little pieces of glue hanging off of my shirt, my hands. Okay, so that's it, guys. I have no idea what time it is or how long it's been. Probably too long. But, and, you know, the best part about these is that they smell great and they would make really cute gifts. See, it doesn't look bad in the back. I am going to put something right there, though, I think. Just to kind of make it look good. Probably on that one, too. Alrighty, then. We shall see you next time. I have no idea what I'm going to do on Tuesday. It's going to be a surprise to you and me. All right. Y'all take care.